Welcome back in, guys, to another episode of Lowell Talks. Today's point of conversation: how many videos should we be making on a weekly, a monthly, or a yearly basis? Coming up next. Alright, so let's just say you are in the market to kind of be a social media creator. You want to be a videographer, a photographer. Overall, you're just looking to do some marketing, and that's going to involve some video content. So a lot of people are going to be wondering, how often should I be creating content? And my kind of golden rule that I kind of like to stick to is I genuinely think whether the quality or even just the sheer amount, I think we should be sticking to roughly one piece of content a week. And that's kind of my guidelines that I like to follow too. Now, that being said, that is just for my personal use. Now, that is not necessarily on the professional side of things. So take that in consideration that I am trying to stick to a one a week kind of model, mainly to stay relevant, to also kind of push myself to keep creating, and also to just make sure that I am somewhat meeting that algorithm on a lot of these platforms. Now, that being said, I do think that there comes times and places where more content can be better. I do think going without a piece of content for 1 week can actually hurt in a lot of scenarios, mainly because you're just not staying relevant. And I do think a lot of these algorithms are just going to be rewarding. Now, that being said, let's say you're a podcast. I do think if you're a podcast, a model to follow would be at least once a week, and then taking that podcast and cutting it up into multiple clips to be shared amongst multiple platforms, mainly so you can kind of kill multiple birds with one stone, if you understand what I'm getting at. Now, that being said, if you are something like myself or a YouTuber and you are trying to have a certain quality and also meet that quantity of once a week, you're going to probably have to figure out a way and a setup that's more of a go-to kind of style and format that can kind of make it a little bit easier to achieve that. Now, if you're just going to be a talking head and sit in front of the camera and just go to town, well, in that case, you might be sitting in a situation where maybe even one piece of content a day would be good. Now, going back to the main question, which is how many pieces of content, that leads me to the overall conclusion that at bare minimum, if you're on social media and you're looking to build a portfolio or a personality or just even get better in the video space, I'm saying 52 videos a year. Now, if you really want to kick it up a notch and we want to really get down to the nuts and bolts, I want to say last year, between my full-time gig, side work, and YouTube, I wanted to say I almost did about 200 videos. Now, some of those are going to be quicker and easier, some more even long form, and then as far as this year goes, I'm on pace to probably do somewhere in the market of, I would say, probably about 125 videos. Now, some of these might even just be Instagram videos that have been formatted a certain way or edited to a certain format. I did spend a lot of time this year working on some long form, and that leads me to another thing in regards to, if you are working on longer form content, is just keep in the back of your mind that that long form piece of content can be cut into multiple pieces of content. So you kind of have your overarching product that you have there, and you want that to be the driver and all the eyeballs to go there. But what you need to sometimes do is take bits and pieces and more of the meaty, the things that are grabbing the attention, cut that down and use that as a driver to get people to the final product or the overall Mac Daddy project. So I think if you're going to be doing video, photography, anything in the marketing space, once a week is going to be the bread and butter. And I think if you can even do better than that, and you can take that one piece of content and you can cut it into multiple formats, I think that's going to be the best bang for the buck. So hey guys, Trey Lowell here with another episode of Lowell Talks. Short and sweet, didn't want to get down to repeating too much, but wanted to just kind of give you guys my 2 cents in regards to how much content I think you should be creating. So if you like the pod, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys, probably not see you, in the next video. I'm out.